Hi, Kira.
Hello.
It's really nice to have you here. We're excited to have you just explain a little bit about your experience.
Yeah.
So, you established your residency starting in the United States, and then you finished up here with us. And we just wanted a little bit of feedback and information for folks who are trying to do it for the first time.
Yeah.
So, if you could offer just a little bit about your anecdotal experience. And then our service here once you got to Mexico and finished up.
Yeah. So I found out I could qualify for Mexican residency and was very interested in moving to Mexico and was advised just contact a consulate and set up my own appointment. And then the first few times I tried, it wasn't very successful, but then eventually I got through. I just had to keep trying with the Las Vegas consulate via email. So I got an appointment. Then I met with you after I had the appointment.
Right.
And, but you did also help me a lot with, like, because I was very nervous. So, like, the conversation we had about it was actually very calming to me. So, thank you.
You were very well prepared, but I think it was nice to just have confirmation that what you were preparing to take. Because another thing is, you didn't live close to that consulate,
Right.
So you really needed to get it done correctly the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah, since you came from the
Northwest.
northwest.
North of Seattle.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so everything went great and you were organized and it was a success.
Yeah.
And then tell us about chapter 2.
So the consulate went pretty well. They advised flying in so that you get the correct stamp. So at the consulate, I got the sticker in my passport, and then they advised flying in because they said at the land crossings don't always give you the right stamp. But now I'm seeing online some of the airports aren't giving people the good stamp.
Yeah, sometimes
either,
they mess up there too. But they told you that they thought it was specifically a good idea to fly down so that
that
things...
was what that consulate said. Now he also showed me on his desk the pile of, like, these were all rejected because these were people that drove over the border and then got the wrong stamp. Yeah,
okay.
So like obviously I couldn't see anybody's names, but he was just like this thick piece, pile of paper with all these, stapled bunches together. Like they all got the wrong stamp and now they have to do it over again. So be careful about that.
But you ended up driving, right?
So I did end up driving. I came in with, I had hired a moving company and also a driver. And so my driver had done this before and was very confident that he could make sure that I got the right stamp. And so he was also translating for me.
And didn't you bring a pet in too?
Yes, I brought a cat with me.
You brought your cat. Did you get vaccination records or what did you do about that?
I ended up working with a company called Across the Pond Pets that helps make sure if you're moving a pet internationally from the U.S. that you get it right.
Good.
You don't have to work with them for Mexico, but or work with a company. You can do it yourself. It's just you have to keep
made
track
sure
of
you
all
checked off the list of needs.
Just making sure you get all of the paperwork correct. And for Mexico, it's actually easier than a lot of like European countries, for example. Mexico just wants a veterinary exam by someone who is certified for their type of exam, and my cat's veterinarian was. And then their rabies records, and at that exam, the veterinarian has to certify that they gave the pet the flea treatment or pest treatment. And
which border crossing did you enter, and did the agents that reviewed you upon crossing ask you for that information for your cat?
So I came in through Laredo, Texas, into Laredo Nuevo, and so I only caught part of the conversation because my driver was mostly talking to them. But so there's a place where you get either a green light or a red light. If you get the green light, you get to skip it and drive, and if you get the red light,
you go to the review area.
Yeah. So we got the red light, and so the guy came to the car and asked. And the driver put all the windows down so that the inspector could look in the car. And I had a list. I'd been advised at the consulate. They gave me how to write your list so that they know everything that's in the vehicles. So I did that because it also has all the serial numbers of all the electronics.
Oh, so you made the manifest of everything that you were bringing?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So I had that also prepared. So we were able to show them that. And when he saw that I have a cat and I showed him I had the papers, he didn't even look. He was just like, "Oh, you have a cat? I want to see the cat." So
that's cute.
I opened my cat's carrier backpack and let him see the cat. And then we were free to go. And then there was another place to pull over to get my Canje stamp.
Yeah.
And my driver knew about it and knew where to
Yeah.
take me.
Yeah, you can't forget about that because you come in
Right.
and then you have to
'Cause
do
once
one
you get
final
through that
process,
state, yeah,
right, to
exactly.
be acknowledged that you're entering Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's what I've seen people skip by accident
Right,
or be
yeah.
waved through by somebody who, you know, if it's a
Realize
busy
it,
day. So
yeah, exactly.
absolutely important.
Yeah.
So make sure
So he
that you
knew,
do
he
that.
drove us to the correct building,
Mhm.
and he took me to the correct office, and we made sure I got
Right.
the correct stamp.
Right, and they
So-
open the laminate and they stamp and they write 30
And then-
days.
Yeah, they wrote 30 days, and there was another, like, a little form they had me fill out with a top and bottom that was perforated, and the bottom part came with me with my passport,
Right.
and the top part they kept. So then I got here and took that to you.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Right, you came here and we met in person.
Yes, yeah.
And then what? We filled out the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
And then set your appointment.
Yep.
And then I guess it was the next day, but tell us how that went and,
Yeah.
and what that experience was like.
Yeah, I was really impressed you were able to get me the appointment in less than a week. And yeah, so the taxi met me. My address doesn't show up correctly on map apps, so I suggested we meet at a cross street where I knew that he could get to. So yeah, I got the taxi, it went really well.
Right, Carla's dad, Jose.
Yeah.
So he
He was
got
really
picked you
friendly.
up at the
Yeah.
designated spot.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then got to the office and Susie was already there.
Yeah.
And it was actually like kind of easy. Like they didn't even do an interview on the third part. They just like looked through all the forms, made sure everything was correct, took a bunch of pictures and some more fingerprints.
And
There was some fingerprints at the consulate.
about how long did you need to be, you know, upon being dropped off at immigration, how long until you were done?
I don't have the best sense of time, but I'd say maybe 20 minutes.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that was quick. Because sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes
Yeah,
it's a
there was
little
like
slower.
a little bit of waiting, and
Mhm.
also they don't let you use your phone in the building. So I
Right.
was glad I had brought a little book of like little puzzles to do.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good note because
yeah.
they're very strict about the phone.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They tapped
sometimes
several people while I was there to stop.
good to bring a
using my
book or a
phone. Yeah,
magazine.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, great. We are so happy
Yeah.
that you're here in town with us,
Thank
and really gracious that you were willing to come in and just give us a little sense, give folks on Facebook and on the internet
Yeah.
a sense of what it's like to do this, because there's a lot of anxiety
Yeah,
people
there
build
is. I
up.
was very anxious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you got through it really well, and I
Yeah.
think the choices you made about how to cross and everything, and
Yeah.
so you did a great job,
Thank
and
you.
we're really happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And thanks for
And
coming
I
in.
do, your help honestly was very helpful, including helping me calm down. So, and Susie did that too when we got to INM.
Yeah, Susie's amazing,
Yeah.
and she really knows that
So
office
that,
well.
that did help me like stay calmer, and then having my driver that knew what to do to come in, like that also really helped. So
Yeah.
So I'd also say like I tend to be a fairly independent person, but in this particular process, getting help actually really was helpful.
Susie, come here for a sec, okay? I just want folks to see what you look like because you're who everybody gets helped at the immigration office by, and so I just wanted to show your face and let people know who they're going to meet because they meet with us here and then they
Yeah.
meet with you there and you finish things up. So thank you so much always for your great work,
You bet.
and great. I guess we'll leave it there,
All right.
and thank you so much.
Yeah,